Do you remember your first case?
Well, I happen to remember because I don't think anybody could forget their first experience. I stopped and filled my gas tank someplace along the line and left a printed card with the attendant at the gas station who had gone in the military as a draftee with me a few years before and who had just gotten the job pumping gas. And within a day or two, you know, I don't think a lawyer would take a case like that today, but the person that called me had been at the gas station and had received my card, and he had a most serious problem. He had been accused of speeding on a city street in the city of Manchester. And he wanted to know if I could do anything for him, and I said I'd be glad to give it a try. So I went to the Manchester Municipal Court in those days, and there was a gentleman by the name of Clinton Osgood who was a substitute judge who sat on the case. And it's kind of a simple case of speeding on a city street, and my client said that the speedometer was reading 30 miles an hour, which is a lawful speed, and the police officer said he was clocked on the police officer's speedometer at 35 miles an hour. And I simply said to the judge, how do we know which speedometer was accurate? And so we developed an attack upon the accuracy of speedometers, and Osgood finally decided that he couldn't say which one was the most accurate, and so therefore found my client innocent. And I think most lawyers that may listen to this legal history today will see that winning speeding cases is just as hard today as it was in those days, but I got lucky and I won one of them. That was my first case. It was written up in the paper as a lawyer's first case. I still have the clip.
So as a result of that, you got a few other calls, is that it?
Well, yeah, and to the lawyers that have practiced in single offices, this will probably strike a familiar tone. For years and years, I would say for 5, 10, maybe even more years, I could trace every one of my clients. This young man that I just talked about the speeding case, referred several clients. But the ones that he referred to me, I took care of their work, and they referred a few more. And that's the way that the wheel started to turn in my life. Every case that I had, probably certainly the first 300 or 400 cases that I had, I could always identify, this guy came this way and that way. So that it just started to kind of snowball and move along. I was always busy, always had something to do.